Magic kind of shows up in a lot of your books in different ways.
Yeah.
So tell people what this book's about.
Okay, so it's basically narrated by the actual spirit of music itself. And music explains that when you come out of the womb, before you can even open your eyes and see anything, you actually see a wall of really brilliant colors. And all those colors are all the talents in the world. And when you clench your little fist for the first time, you're actually grabbing the talent that most appeals to you. And Frankie Presto's born, and he grabs 2 big fistfuls of music. He takes more than anyone's ever had before. And consequently, he grows up, he's an orphan, and he has a very tough life. And when he's 9 years old, he's given this guitar that has magic strings. And he gets to change 6 lives over the course of his life with these strings. And whenever his playing changes somebody's life, it turns blue, and then it kind of evaporates, so he gets 6 opportunities. And it's sort of a metaphor for how all of us get an opportunity to sort of have our own blue strings and affect somebody in some way with the gifts that we're given.
Yeah. I have absolutely no musical talent whatsoever. The only thing I can play is a radio, and it has to have a big on-off knob on it, or I can't play that. But like my son Jordan, and I have no idea where he got it, but is an incredibly talented musician. And he changes our life every day with the music that he does.
Right.
And I mean, it's like with Frankie Presto, it just, you see their lives evolve and change as they come around.
Right, musicians inspire other musicians. There's always somebody in some musician's life that they'll have seen when they were younger and say, I want to sound like that. And as soon as somebody makes you say, I want to sound like that, you now have a path that you're going for. So that person's playing affected you. And I love musicians, and I can understand your son's Jordan's attraction to it because I've met all these musicians over the course of my life, and when I put this book together, I went to a number of them. Wynton Marsalis, Tony Bennett, Burt Bacharach, Ingrid Michaelson, and I said, could I write as you and pretend for a few pages that you knew Frankie Presto, and you tell the story about, yeah, like he was in my band, I found him here or there, whatever. To a person, they all said, oh, that's great, they participated. And so they're in the book. Wynton Marsalis finds him in a monastery with his head shaved, hiding from everybody. Paul Stanley from Kiss auditions him for Kiss at some point. And after we finished, they were so nice about it, they actually participated in the soundtrack album. And so it's all that spirit of camaraderie and music and being in a band together that's a beautiful thing to celebrate.
Yeah, I've seen it, and living through it vicariously with Jordan, I mean, that's why this book is so electric. And Jordan never lets me talk about him on the show, but I gave him this book, and he's like 50 pages into it and mesmerized by it because he has never bonded the way he has through the music in the band. That's what it's all about.
Those are his blue strings, I guess. And that's how he's going to affect the world with his music.
And
also, very nicely dressed band, by the way.
Yeah, well, he gets that from his mother. If you're looking for something to read, particularly during the holidays, The Magic Strings of Frankie Presto, you'll pick it up. It will be a roller coaster ride, and when you close it, you'll have a warm feeling, and it will make you examine every relationship you have in your life, and more importantly, it'll make you really value the ones that are in your world today. I highly, highly recommend it.